Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today you're a caveman on the hunt for delicious eggs and dinos by matching colors while stealing, destroying, and betraying your fellow cave friends. Caveman Rumble is an egg-sighting card game for 2 to 6 players. It takes 15 minutes to play. It's for ages 7 and up. Now it's on Kickstarter right now, so I'm going to show you how the game works and I'll see you on the other side. This is a Kickstarter preview, so all the art and components are not final. They're a prototype. To see the most up-to-date art and components, check the Kickstarter link in the description of this video. The object of the game is to score the most points, and you'll be doing so by gaining eggs and dinosaurs. Now how you do that is you'll be playing cards in front of you, like Caveman cards, and they may have some certain colors associated with them. And if you have the ones in your field in front of yourself that match an egg in the game field, you're able to complete it like so. And if this is like this at the end of the game, you're going to score 2 points. Now each player is going to start with 5 cards from the main deck. On your turn, you're going to draw 2 more cards, and then you're going to flip the event card. And depending on what it is, like in this case, it is a dino egg. And so that will get moved to the game field under these deck of cards. Now this means that if a player has exactly 2 greens in front of them from Caveman cards, they're going to be able to get this dino egg, which will be worth 2 points. But if this player's not able to do it, then another card might come out. And so there'll be a different amount of cards here depending on who's taken turns, how many turns have been taken, and how many different things have been acquired from the different players. Now after you've drawn the 2 cards and you've done the event card, then you can play as many cards from your hand as you want. For example, maybe I play this Cave Hunter, which is blue. And maybe I play this Cave Baby, which is green. And then maybe I play this, which is an effect that says you can place this card on top of a Caveman card and that card becomes this color. So we now know that this one is actually green, and now that I have 2 greens, this can go like this. And when you're done playing cards, it's the next player's turn. They'll draw 2 cards, they'll draw an event card. Again, in this case, this Dino Egg comes up here, then they can play any amount of cards they want. Now sometimes when you draw a card from an event card, it might be a fortune event. In this case, you do what it says, like every player will draw 1 card from the main deck for each color they have in their field. And so that's essentially different colors. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3 different colors, so I would have been able to draw 3 cards. Or maybe it's a calamity event where each player chooses a card in their hand and gives it to the next player. Or maybe a calamity event has you do something depending on which color you have the most. I have the most blue, so I need to give a player a caveman from my field. So in this case, I'd have to get rid of a caveman. So this one would go into the discard pile. And now because this is not completed, this goes back into the game field. And so now it's available for other players again. And sometimes when you resolve a card from the event deck, it might be a dinosaur, which also comes out here and is available for other people to try to claim. But they have events. Like this one says, the player whose turn it is has to return an egg from their field to the event deck. Now in order to claim this dinosaur, we would need 1 orange and 2 blues. We have 2 blues. This is a wild, so that's good. But if we had this, we wouldn't have been able to claim it because this is actually 2 orange and 2 blue. So that would not have worked. Also notice some of the Caveman cards have events on there, or little effects. Like you may add 1 card from the discard pile to your hand. Now when you play one of these cards, you don't have to be able to claim a dinosaur or an egg. You could play it simply for the ability and knowing that you still have this color to try to gather these types of cards in the future. Now let's look at some other types of cards on the deck, like effects and instant cards. Like this one says, you skip the turn of a player of your choosing. Or maybe you play swap, which is you swap one of your cavemen on your field with another caveman of a field. So essentially swapping one of yours for another player's. So here you could do a steal, which is discard 1 card, and you can steal 1 card from your opponent's field or hand. Or the atomic fart, which you can discard 1 card, and you may destroy 1 card on the field. Now again, these are all effects, so you would do these, and these would go into the discard pile. So this card essentially allows you to, get rid of a card in front of somebody else. Or a Dino Cuisine card, which at the end of the game, if this card's on your field, for every Dino card you get, you add +1 point to your total score. So each dinosaur is worth 1 additional. And you might play a flyover. Now this is an effect where you place a card on top of a completed pile like this, and this pile cannot be affected by other cards till the start of your next turn. So at the beginning of my next turn, this would go into the discard pile, and now other players might be able to mess with it. Well, let's say I play this because I'd like to draw 2 cards and then discard one. Another player can play an instant card, stop the activation of another player's card, and it can be played anytime. So you'd play this, it would stop this, and this would go into the discard pile. But someone else could play a stop on that stop card. So maybe this player that was originally playing it has the stop, and this essentially cancels that stop out. But maybe somebody plays a stop and snatch card. So you'd stop activating this, and then you actually get this card. So they would take it like that. And so maybe I played this, someone else played this to stop and snatch it, and then I played the Mega Stop, which stops the activation of another player's card. So this stops this, and no other stop cards can be played on this turn. Now this will continue until the last event card is flipped. That player finishes their turn, then everyone gets one more turn, then whoever has the most completed points at the end is the winner. Now here you can look at some more of the dino and egg cards that are in that event deck. You can also customize your event deck for a fast-paced game or a medium-paced game per the rules to play the style of game that you're looking for. Well, there you have Caveman Rumble, and as I showed in the overview, playing the right cards at the right time is key, while keeping your eyes out on your other cave friends. Now, if you'd like to see the most up-to-date art and components and all the different pledge levels available, you can click the link below me right in the description of this video. Now that's going to take you directly to the Kickstarter project page, and I'm sure the creators of Caveman Rumble would love your support.